Will Joey ever post a video on time? I'm really starting to feel like the internet explorer of content creators. Isn't it ironic how Will Smith was nominated for a tennis movie and last week he just caused a racket? Firstly, most of us didn't even know the Oscars were happening until Will Smith did a George Mambama and it rocked the internet harder than Dwayne Johnson. Over the last few years, award shows have died down faster than Chris Brown in Stomp the Yard. If she didn't watch Stomp the Yard, then she's too young for you. They've died down faster than MMD after they lost elections in 2011. The hour has gone. To be honest, most people don't watch these shows anymore because they've become boring. But after last week, the Oscars might not slap anymore, but the Fresh Prince will. Last time an Oscar trended this much, it was Pistorius after he committed murder. That isn't what we meant when we said he's a killer athlete. Most rich people's court cases just disappear, but thank God Oscars didn't grow legs. No, I'm not sorry, that man is a murderer. Now, whenever the Oscars have a comedian as a host, their job is pretty much to roast their celebrities. This is the way it's been since the 90s. Some people don't know this because the only Oscar that they watch is Chavula. That pun was hot. FM. You need to understand that Chris Rock was no exception. He did it just like 2017 when he made fun of the Smiths and his jokes were Jade, but this time his jokes were Jada. And I have to admit it was pretty bold of him even if he isn't the one with alopecia. I can make that joke because I have alopecia. Would Will Smith slap me for that joke? There's a very huge chance, but not as high as your chances of winning when you use 1xBet. All you have to do is register using the link in my description and use the promo code J1X on your first bet to get a 200% bonus. That transition was as smooth as IK. So alopecia is basically an autoimmune disorder where your immune system starts to fight your hair follicles. It's like they have a falling out. Speaking of falling out, that's exactly what happened to my hair. And if you remember, this is the reason why I went bald. And a lot of people made fun of me, but they weren't making fun of me because I had alopecia. It's just because they thought my head looked funny bald. Not that I'm defending Chris Rock, but his joke wasn't even that bad. Believe me, I heard worse. How do you know where to stop using soap and start using shampoo because you have no hairline? Who needs a mirror when I can see my reflection in your head? If I rub your head 3 times, am I going to be able to see my fortune? There's no need to ask Joey what he's thinking because you can see what's on his mind. So when you take a bath, do you get brainwashed? No, people are idiots, man. And similar to the G.I. Jane joke, I got compared to so many people. Like Pompey. Best believe I tapped into that blessing. Johnny Sins. The problem is you people are perverts. And even Nick Fury from the Avengers. I warned the guy that told me that to sleep with one eye open. And at some point, even Dwayne Johnson. Is this because I'm always using puns to cook up my jokes?
What the Rock is cooking.
Back to the slap. Now my problem was after the joke, Will Smith laughed. And it wasn't even a chuckle, it was one of those wide mouth laughs. And Jada gave him that look that only a wife can give a husband, letting him know that he was going to be sleeping on the couch tonight. There's no meeting in this bed. In this bed. It's that look that a woman gives you when she gets touched. The reason the Oscars might have thought this joke was okay was because just a few days before that, Jada said she didn't care about the bald head anymore. But if you know women, you know never to believe that. You know when you and your girl are making fun of each other and it's all fun and games until you say something about how her forehead is bigger than her bum and then all of a sudden you're getting a goodnight text at 16 hours. Women are like the cash book for small business transactions because they are petty. That was a joke for the accountants. And it's like after that look, Will thought about it for a second. He said, this is the mother of my kids, the woman that God blessed me with. Lesa Alimpala. Speaking of palas, you shouldn't be making fun of my wives. And then he slapped Chris Rock. Are you guys sure Will Smith was in Livingston when he came to Zambia or he went to the Lilai police camp to learn how to slap? It's just that the audio was a bit low, but if you pay attention, you can almost hear Will Smith say, Iwe ungatukwa nevakazwa boma. To be honest, this might sound wrong, but I expected a better slap. Yeah, it seemed hard, but Chris was barely moved. It's like his jaw was made of steel. And even if his jaw was made of metal, honestly, I would expect a better hit from a blacksmith. Because metal and blacksmiths. He walked back after, but it's like he was thinking about the movies that he's been in to describe the situation. Will thought everything was going to go on without a hitch, but he lost focus. And this man in black decided he was going to be a bad boy tonight. The joke where weighed heavier on his heart than 7 pounds, and Chris Rock became an enemy of the state. I'll add in the fact that he forgot that he was in the pursuit of happiness, and he got more violent than an iRobot when he decided to give Chris Rock a concussion. But Will looks stressed. Somebody needs to free that man like it's Independence Day. Bars. Then, as if it couldn't get any worse, he sat down and he started screaming, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." Now, the internet doesn't usually agree with violence, but I feel like for this one, people liked it more for what it represented than what it actually was. What do I mean? All the ladies were going, "Yes, I need a man that can fight for me and protect me." And guys were saying, "Me, if I was in that situation, I would protect my babe. Me, I can do anything for my girl." I can do anything for my girl, but when she tells you I'm hungry, you respond, "If it's me, I haven't eaten since yesterday." She just asks you for 100 kwacha and she've even gone offline. Now, where do you think you get the energy to fight someone when you're still out here fighting hunger? Guys are always ready to fight until it's a guy that's bigger than them. And then all of a sudden they want to talk things out. They become Mahatma Gandhi. I do not believe in violence. This is the point at which a man becomes like a garden boy because the only thing he wants to see is peace work. The thing is, women usually don't even want you to fight. They just want to feel protected. But that doesn't mean it automatically has to translate into physical violence. Yes, you make her laugh, Mr. Comedian, but are you willing to stand up for her? Usually all it takes is for you to speak verbally. And of course, sometimes things can get out of hand, but that doesn't mean you automatically have to rush to that. And also, usually a woman knows when you're not going to win the fight. You can tell because her tone just changes. It's funny how fast they go from, "Awe baby mudwali leni," but when she sees that the guy is buffer than you, all of a sudden she wants you to be like a bear from the Antarctic. "Awe baby pola." In conclusion, standing up for yourself and your woman is important, but physical violence should never be your first option. Do I agree with what Will Smith did? No. He could have talked to Chris during the break. He could have flipped him a middle finger. He could have even just shouted from where he was seated. That would have probably done the trick. But at the same time, never disrespect a man's wife because people beat. You can decide for yourself who was right and who was wrong. The only thing that I know for sure is that in acrimony, the guy with the battery is the one who was wrong. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one and peace out.
I cannot deny.